take 5 minutes to talk about Agile. More specifically, how to steal from Agile. Today I'm going to show you how to get to the core of Agile and use its fundamentals to help you guide your business. I'm also going to show you how this guy agrees with what I'm about to say. Hi, my name's Dan. I'm an Agile business coach, and 99% of the time when I talk to a prospective new client, they tell me they use Agile, and I think,
you keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Agile is one of the most misunderstood buzzwords out there, so let's put a stop to that. As soon as I heard about Agile, I went on a crazy journey to learn as much as I could. I went all over the internet trying to scrounge up every bit of information that I could find. Just go to agilemanifesto.org. It's 2 pages. It doesn't take long to read. The main page is the manifesto, and the secondary page contains the 12 principles. So after understanding Agile, I wanted to know, how do you measure your capital A Agileness? It is now. So to measure Agileness, I took this part of the manifesto. I refer to those as the values. And I combined it with the 12 principles. These are the 16 requirements for being agile. So to measure your agileness, stop it. Can you be helpful today? So to measure your agileness, take the 16 requirements, read each one. If you meet that criteria, give yourself a point. Add up the total of the points that you've collected and divide by 16. That is your percentage of agileness. But there's a problem. As you start to go through the 16 requirements, you realize that there are some redundancies and some language inconsistencies. To address this and get to the core of Agile, I needed to remove the redundancies, clean up the language, and genericize for other businesses. From this, I created what I call the distilled Agile Principles. Once you have the distilled Agile Principles, stealing from Agile is simple. Here's what I did. I combined the values and the principles and extracted out the commonalities into 4 categories: people, action, process, and cadence. If you want to know more about how I did this, there's a link in the description that takes you to a blog post that I wrote about it. From the 16 requirements, let's take numbers 1, 3, 8, and 10 and distill them down into a principle that is easily digestible. Number 1, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. 3, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. 8, business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. 10, the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is a face-to-face conversation. These 4 are about establishing a standard and practice for communication with the goal to be efficient and effective. Let's break it down into the 4 categories: people, individuals, customer, business people, developers, development team. That's a lot of people. And we're talking about establishing effective communication. Really, the principles should apply to everyone. Let's just use everyone. Action. Interactions, collaboration, work together, conveying information, conversation. There's a little redundancy here. Collaboration and work together is the same thing. We'll just keep collaboration. Interactions, conveying information, conversation, we're just going to replace those with communication. Process. Face-to-face, most efficient, effective method. Why I believe that face-to-face is indeed the best way to communicate with people in this COVID world may not always be possible. So I'm just going to go with as directly as possible. Cadence, daily, throughout the project. Agile is a business methodology on how to handle projects, so it seems like throughout the project is kind of redundant. It's just understood, so we're just going to get rid of that one. But we're going to keep daily. This brings me to distilled Agile Principle number 1, communication. Efficiency and effectiveness are achieved when everyone communicates and collaborates as directly as possible daily. So if you want to steal from Agile for your own purposes, this distilled Agile Principle is a great place to start. So what does that have to do with this guy? In Inc. magazine on August 6th, there's an article titled, "It took Elon Musk 3 sentences to teach the greatest leadership lesson you will hear today." In it, there's a leaked email from Elon saying, quote, "Communication should travel via the shortest path necessary to get the job done, not through the, quote, chain of command," end quote. Any manager who attempts to enforce a chain of command communication will soon find themselves working elsewhere. It's easy to see that Elon feels pretty strongly about this. He went on further to say, If, in order to get something done between departments, an individual contributor has to talk to their manager, who talks to a director, who talks to a VP, who talks to another VP, who talks to a director, who talks to a manager, who talks to someone doing actual work, then super dumb things will happen. It must be okay for people to talk directly and just make the right thing happen. And there you have it. From the on and off richest person in the world, you can see that he values communication, and so should you. This is part 1 of a 5-part series. Gonna switch it up next week. We're gonna talk about gaslighting. My name is Dan. I'll see you next week. And until then,
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle.
Bye-bye.